We saw flashes, if you will, of that against Philadelphia last year. How different do you view Miami in the landscape of the East with Wade or without Wade?
Well, what I love about the Miami Heat franchise, and start with Mickey Arison, Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, and that brain trust, they put a competitive product on the floor. And obviously you're better with Dwayne Wade last year, and then obviously you'll be better, I think, even this year, even though he's gotten older. But they will still have a product that you would love to watch, compete. They're just positioning themselves to one day to add that superstar with these young guys who are getting better, that they can go to the next level. And it might be in the next 2 years since LeBron has vacated the East. But like you said, last year you saw Game 2 against the Philadelphia 76ers, 21 points in the first half, ended up with 28. And it was not just the points. Defensively, he did a lot of great things for the Miami Heat. Game 4, he had 25, and those were just the points. But I think his leadership, his willing to make plays and win, his willingness to sacrifice, because in one of those games he took a back seat because somebody else had it going. It will be much better with Dwayne Wade. I think he still has a lot left. I would love to see one of the greatest sports players in South Florida history, not just basketball, not the Miami Heat, end his career in Miami where he belongs and get a chance to have that number raised up to number 3 in Miami. That's the way Dwayne Wade, I want to visualize him and seeing him end his career.
All right, so from a team that you talk about playing defense to another team that was one of the best defensive teams and is favored to win the East this year, that's the Boston Celtics. And there's nothing like a summer workout video. We all love those, right? It's all gravy, right? Everything's great. Great sign, though, really, for Gordon Hayward and the Celtics here. Dunking and doing it with a defender on him. Remember 11 months ago, Gordon Hayward, that devastating leg injury. Brad Stevens told Chris Mannix that he expects both Hayward and Kyrie to be ready for training camp. Coach also admitted to Chris Mannix that he has 8, 9, maybe 10 different guys who are capable of starting for him. Good problem to have, but it's still a problem.
It is, and I think to go back to that video, and everybody's talking about Gordon Hayward dunked on somebody. That was kind of a routine play. I think you go back and watch the landing of Gordon Hayward. With any type of injury with the ankle, leg, knee, you want to see how a guy land, and I was very pleased and positive to see the landing for Gordon Hayward. You know he's been working. And this becomes a problem because if you have a lot of young guys, and they have some unselfish young guys in Tatum and also in Jaylen Brown, but now you're bringing back basically 2 20-point scorers. You look at Gordon Hayward, what he did, you know, with the Utah Jazz, he was averaged about 21 points an hour, you know, Kyrie is at 24, 25. You're bringing 2 guys that average 20. Somebody's numbers has to go down. And long as these guys understand that, and they have an understanding with the Boston Celtics organizations and other teams out there, that my numbers are down because we're winning. Right? They're not down because of I'm not playing well. If they can continue to win, everything is fine. But if they're not winning, then there's going to be some talk from us and also from those guys. You got to start looking where you can move some guys. It's not just the wings. Scary Terry did a good job.
Yep.
And I wouldn't say he's no Kyrie, but he did a good job filling in. Marcus Smart did a great job. They have a deep team, and those guys understand their roles.
Certainly, and Jaylen Brown is setting the bar, which many people believe is not an outlandish statement, that he expects to be in the finals after going to the
good thing about the Celtics
finals.
And what's going on in the style of play right now, as you know, Jared, they can play small ball. You can start Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Hayward, and Horford with Kyrie, so they can all start those guys.
Right, or go big with Baines, who they brought back as well. Very versatile lineup, a lot for Brad Stevens to work with. We come back on Game Time with a look at a WNBA legend ending one chapter of her historic career while simultaneously starting the next chapter. Well, let's get some WNBA highlights from Tuesday. We begin by showing you Chicago and Minnesota, and Lindsey Whalen not ready to totally call it a career just yet. How about Maya Moore here? Moore had 21 points from Minnesota, but she would foul out later on. Moore driving, and hey, Lindsey Whalen, you leave her open.
Wide open. She's going to knock it down.
Still going to knock that down. That's right, Smitty. 44-39. Minnesota led at the break. Second half, Chicago controls the quarter. Courtney Vandersloot, oh, she can dish and she can score. There the scoring, here the distributing. In the game, Vandersloot broke the WNBA single-season assist record. Now Diamond DeShields drives and hits the tough floater. 64-57, Chicago in front. Now Sylvia fouls, kicks it. Here's more of Whalen. Jeez.
feeling it, Jared, from downtown.
Whalen had 6. That put Minnesota up by 1. The Shields. Euro steps.
Ooh.
And the off balance using the window as her friend.
Don't make it look so easy.
The Shields had a season high 28. Here's some sprinting and winning from Allie Quigley. Chicago up by 1, 89-88. This one came right down to the wire. 2.2 to go on the clock. Lynx throw the pass down court. Alexis Jones is blocked by Diamond the Shields.
We got that one.
Yeah, that. Chicago goes
You
on
had
a
it.
big win. Now, Lindsey Whalen, as you may have heard by now, called it a great 15 years. She's going to hang him up. Known for her all-out hustle, helped the team win 4 titles in Minnesota. She's already been named the head coach of the University of Minnesota women's basketball squad. Now, Whalen gave us a really cool all-access look at the rare transition from pro player to college coach.
Monkey, monkey, all over the ball, let's go, all over. You wide, Diva. Better. Let's go.
I wouldn't have gone and coached just anywhere while I'm still playing in the WNBA, but when it comes to Minnesota alma mater, I just went all in.
Somebody's gonna make a mistake, we'll cover for each other, all right? The more we're up, the more we're dictating, everything else will flow after that, all right?
Playing for the Lynx, playing on the Olympic team, thinking back to my experience as a college, it really comes through now because you have seen so much and you have so much experience that I've been able to just lean on a lot during this time.
You hit that corner, it happens to me a lot. That's not a bad option you did.
Lindsay's always had an impeccable ability to know when it's time for her to do something, whether it's her own stepping up and calling her own number, or understanding which play for which player and when. So that's not going to go away when she stops playing. So we're thinking you have to be him now because you're baseball.
Yeah. She's helped me this year just get through a lot of different things, honestly. She's been there for me to talk to, and I know once we get into the season this winter, she's going to be a tremendous help, and she'll always be someone I can go to.
Yeah! Hey, perfect. That's why we do that. Good job. Who's up?
I've seen what it can happen with women's basketball here in the state, and I know it can continue to happen at the collegiate level.
Hey, good players. Good players make good plays.
Now it's my job to instill all of the kind of building blocks that it's going to take for them to get there.
Respect pouring in for the legend that is Lindsey Whalen. LeBron James taking to social media, acknowledging the great career that Lindsey Whalen has had on the court. Well, it's not quite the same as the Cavs getting off to a 30-11 start and abruptly firing David Blatt. However, this might be a little bit more unusual. The Dallas Wings letting their head coach go raised a lot of eyebrows due to the timing. A week to go in the regular season, and the Wings fighting for a spot in the playoffs. Now, according to media reports, Fred Williams was fired after getting into a post-game altercation with a team executive. Wings CEO Greg Bibb released a statement saying in part that he felt the move was necessary. The season had not met expectations, having lost 8 in a row. Dallas for the new head coach in Connecticut on Tuesday night. And Smitty, it is Taj McWilliams-Franklin taking over on an interim basis. A week to go, new head coach clinging to the last playoff spot.
Yeah, they are, and there's maybe this change can interject some energy into this team, and they get a chance to get a run, and maybe can slip into the playoffs, or it can go opposite, where they've been in this quicksand and they start sinking deeper and deeper.
Well, Clarendon turns defense into offense here. Connecticut up. Now, John Cole Jones scored 16 in the first half. Show you a bunch of them here. Nice move getting behind the defense. Yeah.
It's pretty good move down the post.
And then from the outside, Connecticut leading 50-38 at halftime. Taking to the third quarter, Dallas trying to show some fight on the court, that is. And Cambridge gets the ball down low, and then Skylar Diggins-Smith pulls up the three, plus an opportunity for one more. But the story of the night was John Cole Jones.
Pass, nice cut, good basketball.
Son, winners of 7 of 8, handing
That's good
Dallas
basketball.
a 9th straight loss. Dallas fighting for the playoff life. We come back and we talk about The upcoming season of LeBron after the summer of LeBron. Smitty's going to spotlight some games. I'm going to guess we're going to see the Lakers a few times.
OCK.
Calendar check. We are just over 2 months away from opening night. Just over a month away from training camp opening up league-wide. Steve Smith, Jared Greenberg. You see the schedule once again, the reduced back-to-backs in the NBA. Is that a good thing? Is it helping teams? Is it making more rested? Well, you're going to see a whole lot of basketball this season on NBA TV. 107 games, in fact. And Smitty is going to spotlight not all 107 games on NBA TV, but ones that are seen on a variety of networks. The games you are most looking forward to seeing. And can we just say all of the Laker games? Is that?
Most of them.
Yep.
And reason why is that one guy, his name is LeBron James. But more than that, the Los Angeles Lakers is an intriguing team. And then we'll just start off right now. My first game that I'm looking forward to seeing is that LeBron James in a Laker uniform. And not only that, they're playing the Houston Rockets.
Right.
So you'll get a chance to see the Houston Rockets, that defense, which is always going to be the challenge for me. Offensively, they're going to be fine. That with LeBron James and with these young guys and these shooters and the way Lakers, I think, will play up and down and they have some guys that can pass, it's going to be a fantastic challenge, but also seeing LeBron James in purple and gold.
That'll be his home opener, and it's on a Saturday night. What a treat that is, the first Saturday of the regular season. First of 4 between these two this season. More Lakers, this time going east, right around the Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah, it is, because it's right before Thanksgiving. I think it's the day before. They get a chance to see LeBron James with his second return back to Cleveland. I'm just wondering, I'm sure it won't be anything like the first time when he returned, but him coming back where he got a chance to get Cleveland a championship, and I just want to see how this reception will be, what I think is going to be very positive. Also, how he will play, the feelings, the emotion, getting a chance to play against his old team. And then also, I want to see the Cleveland Cavaliers team. This will be a great measuring stick to see where they are mentally, and do they have a chance to even be sniffing around the playoffs coming into the season.
All right, we can't get enough of the Lakers this year, obviously. Next game featuring the champs. How about this? We're going to see a 20-game stretch for the Lakers where they play the Warriors 3 times.
Yes, and this the one that starts off for me is Christmas Day. That's when everything gets started, Jim. We get a chance to see the Warriors and the Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers. That's LeBron James the last 4 years has been matched up with these guys. Now he'll get a chance to be matched up. He has to go through the Golden State Warriors to even get to the championship. And this is going to be a great, fantastic Christmas Day. Most watched, I think, in the history of
A
basketball.
lot of scrappy players around LeBron, right? Guys that are not going to be intimidated by the Warriors.
Rondo, Stevens.
Let's do a matchup that doesn't involve the Lakers, and let's go to the East. Sixers, Celtics.
I love this one because obviously it's wide open who could be the best team in the East, and not just record-wise. We know the Boston Celtics and Toronto, those guys had better records, but who went to the championship was LeBron James for 4 straight years. Now you have Kyrie coming back. You have Gordon Hayward. How will they match up? Obviously, these young talent up against another young talented team. Al Horford was fantastic. His job is probably the guard. Embiid. Now you have Ben Simmons. But the key for me is obviously Ben Simmons and also Joel Embiid. We'll get a chance to see Markelle Fultz and this team with that guy. I think he's going to have a good year, and they got a chance to keep J.J. Redick. This is going to be an intriguing matchup. I'm looking forward to this one.
All right, well, a matchup unlike we've ever seen before in the history of the league. The San Antonio Spurs going through something that they've never had to experience before. And what kind of reception will Kawhi Leonard get in his return game with the Raptors?
And the reason why I picked this one, obviously, is those reasons. But also, have you ever seen anything, Jared, where there's 2 teams that's really good teams in their respectful conference, and they trade 2 of their best players, and then now both players are disgruntled at both organizations, and both teams still could be in playoff contention and high playoff contention? It's going to be interesting, the reception you give a guy that did so much in Kawhi Leonard and DeRozan when he goes back to Toronto. But this one's first on TNT. This is going to be fantastic to see Kawhi. He might even talk. He might even say something, Jared. He might even get a chance to say something.
Well, he's put down some thoughts of late. Will he get booed?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Loudly.
Loudly, yeah.
So weird. Spurs legends are treated like royalty in San Antonio. It's amazing how this.
I think after you get over this first, game, then second game, then everything, they'll be okay as the years go along.
All right, that's many spotlight games. We come back with more from the WNBA.